George Clinton, his new album will be out in 2 months. It's called Hey Man, Smell My Finger. Tab, what do you make of that?
That's gross, Kurt. In more serious news, we've got another Free Your Mind report for you on the state of homosexuals in the largely heterosexual United States. More and more gay people have been coming out of the closet, to the point where some pundits are calling this decade the gay 90s. To get a clearer picture of what heterosexuals make of the homosexuals among them, we went to Des Moines, Iowa a while back for this report.
Unless you've been living in a cave for the last year or so, you've probably noticed that gay people and gay issues seem to be everywhere you turn.
It's everywhere. They have bars for it. I mean, some of your friends talk about it. Some of your friends are their way, actually.
I'm not surprised anymore, you know? If I see a man and a man walking down the street holding hands or two women kissing. No, it doesn't surprise me anymore.
It's just something that's coming out in the open, and people find it hard to accept.
I just see him walking around occasionally hand in hand here in central Iowa.
That's right, Iowa. Gay America has reached even the heartland, the cradle of traditional American values. Here in the center of the United States, reaction to the gay 90s ranges from easy acceptance to a wrestling match with upbringing.
One of my best friends is gay. Doesn't bother me at all.
I mean, you just accept it. I mean, it's their way of life, and you don't have to live that way.
I don't want to be discriminatory. On the other hand, I'm a Christian, and my views, my religious views, make me think, I'm not so sure about this.
I don't like it at all. I don't get anywhere close to him. I see him, I go the other direction.
Is this a social crisis or just a period of historical transition? 30 years ago, 22% of white Americans said they didn't want to sit next to a black person on a bus. 20 years ago, 1 out of 3 Americans still felt that the only place a woman should work was in the home. Today, those attitudes sound like they're from the Stone Age. In 1993, tolerance is most put to the test by public displays of gay affection, which even people who feel uneasy about the subject say they assume is here to stay.
You know, the first time seeing it was more or less of a shock, more than hard to look at, you know, so, you know, I could deal with that.
I think it's sick. I don't think it's right, but I can't really stop them.
Homosexuals showing affection to each other, that's fine.
I'd probably look twice. You know, and if I had the kids, I'd be curious to see what they'd say, but, you know, then how do you go home and explain something like this?
What would you explain to your kids?
Not all people are the same. You know, everybody's different, and some people feel different towards, you know.
Interestingly enough, parents with concerns about discussing homosexuality with their children had less concern about leaving them with a gay babysitter.
As long as I knew the person. It'd be like if I knew you, trusted you, I would let you babysit my kids.
I don't want them imposing that view on my children, but if they're just a decent person and happens to have a gay lifestyle, I don't know. It'd be a case-by-case basis.
And the most intimidating aspect of this issue? Having a gay child.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. Because I do got a little daughter. And, wow, man, I just never gave that a thought. I don't know, I'd probably say to my daughter, if she was gay, that's fine. That's the way she chose to live, that's her lifestyle. But if I had a son, found out he was gay, boy, there'd be some hell raised.
Hell raised maybe, but just 10 years ago, someone telling their parents that they were gay was more likely to tear a family apart. So years from now, will the movement for gay acceptance be like the civil rights and women's movements are now? Still fighting battles to be sure, but yet incorporated into mainstream America.
I think 20 years from now, it probably will be accepted. Whether or not I think it's right is maybe another issue.
Yeah, I think 10 years from now, they will perceive the gay and lesbian issues as not even issues anymore, hopefully.
I don't approve it. I have a moral standard I was brought up on, and I don't think it's something that should be totally acceptable.
I don't know how long it'll take to get to that point. I mean, women are still fighting for rights. Blacks are still fighting for rights. Gays are still fighting for rights. I think it's going to be a long time before we get to that point. The struggle for gay rights continues.
We're going to take a quick break right now, but we'll be back with disco diva Robin S. showing us her love.
And newcomer Liz Phair talks about sex. Love and sex. Coming up right after this. What more could you want from television?
Art, literature, drama.